Oliver Lewis last updated 1919, September 28, 2017. Harewood Ward councillor Aaron Kweon describes the increasing number of people not paying rates as a massive problem. File photo. Christchurch needs to decide what facilities it wants as the number of residents defaulting on their rates skyrockets, a councillor says. 24,000 people owe the council in the year ending June 30. That was a 41% increase on the previous year, and part of a trend Aaron Kweon described as a massive problem. Age-concerned Canterbury Chief Executive Simon Templeton says pensioners are prioritizing their rates bill over food and heating. Unless you keep every single rates increase from now on below the cost of inflation, that number is just going to keep going up, he said. Read more. Christchurch City Council to focus on keeping rates rises under 5%. Rates increase of 5.46% as Christchurch City Council passes annual plan. Council rates across New Zealand rise at 5 times the speed of inflation. That's not the kind of city I want to live in. It's just not fair. During the 201,718 annual plan process, the council voted to increase rates by 5.46%, taking the weekly payment for average homeowners to $48, or $2,496 a year. This was up from about $44 a week, $2,288 a year, and $201,617, and about $42 a week, $2,184 a year, and $201,516. In the rating period ending June 30, the council lost out on $18.8 million in unpaid rates, resulting in a total shortfall of $13.2 million once credit was taken into account. To try to recover the shortfall in debt from previous years, debt collectors contacted 106 ratepayers in the year to June. Kweon said the cost of rates was becoming unsustainable. The city needed to have a conversation about what infrastructure it wanted to fund. He described new libraries, pools and public amenities planned or built since the earthquakes as aspirational rather than functional. I don't think it's the job of council to be funding architects to be winning awards. We never had a conversation with the ratepayers to ask if workable is good enough, he said. Rates had increased above the rate of inflation each year since the 2010 and 2011 earthquakes, something a mayor's report on next year's long-term plan identified as unsustainable. The report said the council wanted rises to track downwards to less than 5%. Social agencies operating in the city had noticed increased demand for their services as the cost of living, including rates, outstripped wage increases. Age-concerned Canterbury Chief Executive Simon Templeton said he would not be surprised if older people were among those who owe the council money. The biggest issue for most older people is they're often on fixed incomes, and if that's superannuation. We know life is pretty tight financially, he said. Rates are one of those bills you have to pay, so they prioritize that over things like food, heating over winter, and maybe seeing their doctor. Templeton supported a proposal that would allow homeowners aged 65 and over to postpone their rates indefinitely, up to 20% of their rating valuation. If people were able to defer their rates, it would put cash back in their pockets to spend on things like food and health care, he said. The council planned to consult on the scheme during the long-term plan process next year. It would involve rates, plus annual interest and an administrative fee being paid back when the home was sold. Christchurch City Missioner Matthew Marks said the number of people not paying rates correlated with an increased demand at the mission's food bank. In the past year there had been a 30% increase in walk-ins and food parcel deliveries, something Marks said reflected the rise of the working poor population. They're often making a choice about whether they pay the mortgage, the power, or food to put on the table for their families. It's a struggle for people to make ends meet, he said. Incomes haven't kept pace with the true cost of living, so when you have rates increases in excess of what is deemed to be a normal wage increase, it is going to impinge on people's abilities to meet those costs. Christchurch Press.